Hello, everybody, and how are you all doing today? It is Rusty Champagne here with you, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. We are here today with a first look at a game called Center Station Simulator. This game, as you can tell, is currently an early access build, as you can see by what it says on the screen up there. So it does, I will tell you right now, there are things about this game that are a little bit buggy. This is the second time that I'm recording this video, and I want to try and point out some of the things that are buggy. So we're starting this over. I do want to go over the description of this game on Steam. Inherit an abandoned shopping center, make it functional, and produce many products in your underground laboratory. Get rich by selling them to your customers. Develop and expand your center with many features. So that's the instructions. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do when you get this is you're going to want to go into the settings and you're going to want to change your shortcuts because these shortcuts are not what they are supposed to be. So these shortcuts are not going to say what you see here. So they're not going to say WASD for forward, left, backward, and right. They're also not going to say one, two, three, four, and five for the broom, the bucket, the pickaxe, the destruction gun, and the teleporter. Now, I don't remember exactly what they say, but they're not going to say those when you first set them up. So you're going to want to go in here immediately and set all these up as one, two, three, four, and five for the broom, the bucket, the pickaxe, the destruction gun, and the teleporter. It's going to become very, very important when you're doing things in this game because you will be very, very frustrated otherwise until you figure that out. So we're going to go in here right now. We start out in what appears to be our house. We have this wonderful, cute, fluffy rabbit on our bed. So that's nice. We're going to go here. We're going to hit this key to open the door. This is our apartment. It's a little bit pixelated, but that's fine. And the music is here. Here's our nice fridge. If you want water, you can go there. And smile. It's all going to be fine. Whatever you do, just smile. It's all going to be fine. It's not going to feel like it, but it's all going to be fine. So we're going to hit E to open the door. Now, this says that if you right click, it's going to take stuff out of the box. You'd think it means that it's going to pick up the box, but no, it's going to be you're going to take stuff out of the box. So this is a note saying it's from our grandfather saying if you receive this letter, it's time for me to retire. We always get something from our grandfather, so that's what we got here. Ingenuity in building futuristic machines will help you in your future. I'm handing over my biggest project to you, a supermarket called Center Station. So it's a supermarket. I didn't read that last time. They say it's an abandoned shopping center, but it's a supermarket. This is located in the middle of the desert. You'll have to produce and manufacture everything you want to sell. Delivery trucks are not allowed to cross this desert, yet vehicles pass through regularly. I will let you discover the secrets of this building. Grandfather who loves you very much. I'm attaching the official document and the keys. You don't actually need these. You can hit G to drop it and you can hit G to drop this. I don't even know if you need the keys. I'm just going to drop the keys. I don't know if you're going to need these. So I'm just going to drop them here. I don't think we need them because you're going to have to keep on hitting these buttons here. So we're going to hit this button with the E key and we're going to wait for the elevator to open. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to hit this button to close the elevator. And again, I don't think those keys even matter. So now we're going to get into this cutscene. We're going to go to Center Station out in the middle of nowhere. And now the doors should open automatically. We're going to run down through here because you cannot jump. I don't think there's a jump feature, at least not last time I checked. Or it might be mapped to something rather strange. So actually, let's check that real quick. Is there a jump feature in this game? Because when I tried spacebar to jump last time, it did not work. So let's go to shortcuts. I do not see a jump feature. I was looking real quick to see if I saw a jump feature. There is not one. So yeah, you cannot jump using the spacebar. That would be one thing that you would think of that you can't. So you can see down on the bottom of the screen, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and F for your broom, your bucket, your pickaxe, your destruction gun, your teleporter, and then your flashlight. And again, those things are not initially mapped to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The flashlight is F, but the other things are not mapped to those things. So, all right, we're going to use the E key to manually open the door. So we can use the manual. We hit E to open the door. Going to turn on the power in the electrical room out opposite our office. Here's our office. And here's the power room opposite it. Okay, so we're going to turn on this power. Allume means light, I believe. Going to grab a solar panel kit. So we're going to use the E key to pick up a box. Now, this is the back of the supermarket. So towards the solar zone. So over here in this corner is the solar zone. And we're going to take this box. We're going to drop it right here. And then the first thing you need to do is you need to equip an asphalt bucket. These are your asphalt buckets. We're going to hit E to equip an asphalt bucket. We're going to hit E again to use it. And now it's going to give you this section here where we can set up another solar panel. Now to do that, it says, like it says up there, use the right click of your mouse to unpack each item in your box to build your solar panel. Now, the thing that you don't know is that what you need to do to build this is you need to hit the E key in order to build this section. So if we hit E, that puts that section in place. So we're going to right click again and we're going to hit E, and that puts that down there. We're going to right click again and hit E, and right click again and hit E, and one more time and hit E. Now we've built our solar panel. Now you can build another one if you want. You don't necessarily need it right now. Now this one comes out of the box dirty for reasons. And now this is where we need to hit the 1 key to equip our broom, which again, if you have not changed the key bindings, you're going to be hitting 1 and nothing's going to happen. So we're going to hit 1 and all you got to do is tap on it. And that will magically clean it up. There we go. So now we're going to go down to our basement. And you can click 1 to close to put away your broom. So now we're going to go down to the basement and we are going to, these are the stairs downstairs. And we're going to build a small planter. And we are going to use the Phoenix Plantation Kit box. Now, in order to build anything, you have to set it up first. So you have to set up like the framework of it. So we're going to hit B. And then we're going to go to our planters, which I just happen to know is here. So small planter is this. It's going to be 4 planks of wood and 1 bag of composted soil, which you're not going to know that until you open up one of these boxes and all of a sudden 4 pieces of wood pop out and then 1 thing of composted soil. So you're going to be like, okay, how do I build one of these things? And again, this is the benefit of knowing this. So we're going to go into here and we're going to set this up right over here. And I'm actually going to do this 6 times, and that's going to become important later on because we're going to need all of these set up to do the step where we put up a workbench. And there just happen to be 6 plantation kits down here. So we're going to do this set 6 times, set up 6 of these frameworks, and then we're going to get these all built at the same time. This will not screw up your tutorial, I promise. So we're going to do this 6 times. And then we're going to get all these set up. Now to set one up, all you need to do is right click on the box and the pieces will basically appear in your hand. And then once again, we're going to hit E and that's going to put it in place. Right click and E, right click and E, right click and E, right click and E. So there's one. So now it's going to want us to go to the back of the supermarket, use the E key on the screen to start the water well. Your maximum water consumption is indicated on the screen. So I'm going to set these up real quick while we do that. And right click in E, right click in E, right click in E, right click and E. Now we can drag these over, which you can just hit E to grab it and then hit G to drop it. And it's going to throw it in some weird place. I don't know why. And you can then set it back down again and everything's fine. So I think if you get it too close to the floor, it goes crazy. So we're going to set these up real quick and we're going to grab another one, bring it over, hover it a little bit higher in the air. So that way when it drops, it shouldn't go flying away on you like it's trying to do now. It's just trying to run away from me. I don't know why. I didn't do anything bad to it, I promise. All right, there's a 4th one. Let's grab a 5th one. We're going to set it up here. And again, there's going to be a reason for all this, I promise. So we're going to set that. And again, this is going to go flying away because we kind of bumped into it just a little bit. And once more with feeling. So we're going to grab this and drop it down. And right click E. We're going to get a little bit closer and get all these set up. All right, so now these are all set up. So now we got to go to the back of the supermarket, use the E key on the screen to start the water well. So the water well is actually this thing. It's not necessarily intuitive unless you look at the screen. So if you look at the screen, it does talk about water. So in order to make it work, you need to turn it on. So it uses 10 power. So if you turn on too many things, your screen's going to go blank, and it may or may not tell you that you need to do something to fix it. So in this case, we do know what we need to do. So in this case, now I've not tried this. So if we try and do this, we're going to hit start, and you can't actually click on these and have anything happen. So we're going to leave the screen. So it's on. We've turned it on. Now, if we go to our bucket, now it says use the E key on the blue tank to fill your bucket with water. Now, if you click way down here, nothing's going to happen. And I think even if you click here, nothing's going to happen. So you got to click like way up here, and then you can see that the bucket of water has filled. So you can see that we got a nice blue hue in the bucket of water, pocket in the bucket of water. So now we have to do this 6 times. Going to run these up. And again, this is all going to make sense. I promise. I would not steer you wrong because I've done this once before and made a lot of errors. And now this is the benefit of taking a second stab at it. If I would have been live streaming this, and I know a couple other people already have, I can only imagine what their first playthrough of this would have been like because it probably would not have made that much sense. So it's like playing a board game that is very, very complicated and not reading all the instructions. You may eventually get it, but it's a little bit challenging. And then the second time around, it's like, oh yeah, this is what we need to do. So this is basically my second time around doing all this. All right, so we're going to do this 2 more times, and then we can get everything set up. So again, doing this does not hurt the tutorial, and it is just we're saving ourselves time by doing all this. I promise. Again, I would not steer you wrong. I would not do that to you. You know me by now. Okay, so these are now all filled with water. So now we can hit 2, and that makes our bucket go away. Now this thing down here is actually a seed packet. Doesn't look like it, but it is. So these are actually seed bags. I thought they were little pamphlets, but they're actually seed bags. So we're going to go here. We're going to hit E, and that's going to make a little piece of wood start growing. We're going to go here, hit E again. Going to do this 6 times, and again, this is not going to hurt us by doing this because we're going to need all this wood. It's going to become very important when we do this. All right, so one more time, and then we'll have 6 things of 6 planters going. Now, these are going to be trees that are going to grow, and these are going to be very important for the rest of our tutorial, at least for as far as I've gotten. And maybe we'll get a little bit farther than what I did last time. We shall see. So now we're going to go upstairs, and we're going to go here, and we're going to join the mine. Now, the thing you might see is if you go over here, and if you look at this, this is going to be talking about things. So up in the tutorial, it says extract a stone. So if you look over here, you're going to see this thing that looks like it's a drill, and you're going to go over to this thing, and it's going to be talking about stone and iron. And you might be tempted. It's like, oh, okay, this says stone, and this says iron. Maybe this is what I need to do. This is not what you need to do. This is not where you need to be. This area here is the mine. And so you might be tempted to do something here. And if you do it, nothing's going to happen that will advance the tutorial. You can have a whole bunch of stone sitting down here. You can have a whole bunch of iron sitting down here, and it will not advance the tutorial. So you're going to want to go back here to get your stone to do this. And lo and behold, this thing is actually already built back here. I don't remember building this thing back here. I'm almost positive that this was not here before. So maybe I built it when I played this the first time, and as a result, it then moved it. I don't know. That was not here last time I did this. That also made things a lot more difficult because that was not standing here. So now we're just going to do exactly what it says. We're going to left click 2 times to extract a stone. Now this is stone. You're going to get other stuff that does not have the same color and is not stone. That is not stone. I don't know what it is, but it is not stone. And we're going to find that out when we do this. So it's saying repeat the operation 10 times, but you're not going to get all stone when you do this. And you're going to need 10 pieces of stone to do the next thing that they want you to do. So it's going to tell you to repeat the operation 10 times. You're going to have to repeat it more than 10 times in order to get all the stone you need. It's going to fall on your head and just phase right through you. Everything's good. So we're going to click this, and one more time. And we got dancing stones. Okay, so now we're going to put away our pickaxe. And I picked up my flashlight for no reason. So this is going to keep dancing. So now it says with the E key, use the E key to pick up the stone. With the stone in hand, use the E key while aiming at the single item chest to fill it. So we're going to pick this up from the bottom and put it in here. So we got stone in here. So now if you try to pick this up and put it in here, it's not going to work. Because again, this is not stone. So you can only put the one kind of item in here. So this we're going to just set on the side. We're going to keep grabbing the stone, putting it in here, and we're going to need 10 of these. So that means that these three things, whatever they are, they're just going to sit here, and that's fine. Because, again, whatever they might be, maybe they'll get used later. So that was not a stone. That's also not a stone. This thing is a stone, so we need 4 stones, so we need 3 more. And we need 2 more, and then we need 1 more, and this will hopefully be the last one. Yes, there we go. So now we're going to put away our pickaxe. We're going to pick these up, throw them in here. And then we are going to go down to the basement and use the B key to open the build menu and build a foundry. Now I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to take this with you because otherwise you're going to have to run back up here and grab the stones out of here. So we can hit E and pick this up and take it with us. Because I don't think that you can build another one. Maybe you can. Or maybe that's what the teleporter function is. I don't know. They don't talk about it. And I think that that's what I did last time. I think I hit the teleport function and it brought this to me is what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But anyway, you can grab it and just set it down and everything's fine. So now we're going to go here to the build option. And down here is where the foundry is, the wood foundry, which takes 10 stone. So we're going to do this and we're going to set it up. You can rotate it using the wheel and we're just going to set it there. So now we need to use the right mouse click on the single item chest to remove 1 stone, which is why it's nice to bring it with you. So we remove a stone and we're going to hit E and then E. And we're going to just do that 10 times. Right click, E, E. And once again, and then 7 more times, 6 more now, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and 0. There we go. Now you can put whatever you want in here because there's nothing in here. So I'm actually going to pick this up, just set it out of the way. I'm going to throw it over here in this corner. You sit right there in front of the elevator. You can wait for the elevator. Now, we're going to head back to the supermarket. We're going to join the mine again, which I guess means enter the mine. So we're going to join it. We don't know what it's doing, but we're going to go join it, whatever it's up to. And we are going to go over here to this darker looking stuff, which is iron. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to click on this, and we'll hopefully get some iron. That is not iron. I don't know what it is. I think it's copper. That is also not iron. And you don't know that until you do the other thing. I'm guessing that might be gold. So we're not getting iron from this, and we will eventually get iron. That's all copper. So this is being really fussy on giving us iron. Yeah, because it's iron is basically just black. There we go. There's a piece of iron finally. And we're going to need 2 of these. Again, I would not steer you wrong. So we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff that's not necessarily iron. And I don't know what that is. It's a shiny blue though. That's all I know. There will eventually be iron that pops out of here. That's actually iron. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know what that is. So we're just going to keep going until we get another iron because we're going to need two of them. And so we got all these magical colors and only one piece of iron. And we're going to need one more eventually. So you can see it's all just kind of a slot machine as to what you're going to get. We're going to have all this stuff, and all we need is the iron. Finally, two pieces of iron. All right, let's grab one of these. We're going to run it downstairs. And then we're going to eventually come up here, grab the other one, and also run it downstairs. So we're going to take this, go downstairs with it, and get this right in here. Going to drop it, put it in the foundry. So use the E key, put it in there. Going to grab one of our pieces of wood, which should now be ready. And they are. And we're going to put this in the foundry. And now this is going to make an iron ingot. It's going to take some time, but it's going to make an iron ingot. So we are going to immediately replant this. And we're going to immediately take another piece of wood and we're going to set it down. And we're going to immediately replant this. Again, there's a reason for this. I would not steer you wrong. And we're going to just get a bunch of this wood, get it replanted right away. Because I don't think that you can ever go wrong with having a bunch of wood. So we're just going to keep on replanting all of these. So when you pull a piece of wood out, the seed packet magically reappears. Why that is, I don't know, but it's just the magic of the area that we're in. So we're just going to replant all these. And we might end up with excess wood, and that's perfectly fine. Now, meanwhile, I'm going to run back upstairs, and I'm going to get that other iron ingot that we have, and we're going to bring that in. And we're actually going to need even more iron ingots or iron ore to do what we need to do. So now I'm going to grab this and run it back. And that's where that single item chest might have been better to use. That might have been a better thing. So because of the next thing that it asks you to do in the tutorial, that might be a good time to actually try out that other machine that was out there that I was fumbling with, thinking that it was actually the machine I needed, and it truly was not. So we may actually go back out there and do that, and that may actually lead to a power failure, which might be an interesting thing to see as well. All right, so here's an iron ingot. Perfect. So now we're going to just drop that down. Now it's going to say build, use the B key to open the build menu and build a workbench. So to build a workbench, we are going to go here, and a workbench, as you can see, is going to take 6 logs of wood and 2 iron ingots, which is why we have the other piece of iron ore. So we're going to just set that right about there, and I'm going to see, can I throw that right on there? And maybe that will do another ingot while that fire is still burning. Let's hope. I don't know whether or not that fire will go out before the ingot is done, but maybe we'll get lucky. Meanwhile, we are going to go here and we're going to start putting these in. So I'm grabbing them with the E key and putting them in place. And grab it with the E key, put it in place. And grab it with the E key and put it in place using the E key to put it in place. And grab one more, put it in place with the E key. Now I'm also going to take this iron ingot and put it in place. Now the next thing it's going to ask us to do is going to require two more iron ingots. So I'm going to run back up here and we're going to grab a couple more iron ingots. So I'm going to run out here. Now I'm actually going to try this machine. So this machine drills into the ground, I believe. And it will either give you, at this point, it will either give you stone or iron. But it's going to take 20 power. So I think that when we start this, we might have a power failure. So we're going to see. I'm going to hit start. And lo and behold, everything goes poof and is out. So the power went out. So check if your solar panels are dirty, clean your solar panels, increase your electricity production. So we are not out of, I mean, they're not dirty. So then one of the things we can do is we can build another one because we basically don't have enough power to run that machine. So we're going to go here, going to pick this up, and we're going to build another one. So we're going to run back in here and grab another solar panel kit from here. And we have to open all the doors manually using the E key. And we're going to take this, run it outside. And we are going to then hit the G key and drop it. So drop it like it's hot. right click and E, right click and E, right click and E, right click and E, right click and E. There it is. So now if we go back here, now we got to go back in the room. I forgot to do that. I should have done that as well. Go back into the power room and turn the power back on. So zip, power's back on. So we got 16 watts of power, which should be okay, I think. So now if we turn this on, and I don't think that the water pump is on anymore either. So now if we go in here and if we hit E, if we hit start, this should turn on. Now it's running. So now we're going to see this thing start going. So that's now going to dig stuff out. So now if we go over here, we can go here and we can see exactly what it's going to start bringing up. So it's going to bring up some stone and it's going to bring up some iron. It's going to do it completely at random. So when it comes up, it may bring iron or it may bring stone. So in order to get it, we're going to go here. We're going to hit take, and it's dropped it. You can see it's right over here on the far right side of the screen. So we're waiting for another piece of iron because we're going to take two pieces of iron and run them downstairs because we're going to need iron down there. And meanwhile, I'm waiting for the wood to finish up anyway, because those trees take a long time to build. To build, they take a long time to grow. We build trees. We're that good. So there we go. Second piece of iron. We're going to take it, and now we can go over here. We're going to stop this machine because we don't need it anymore. So stop and turn that down or off. Now we can just go in here and grab it. And again, if I had that single piece chest, or that single item chest, I could have brought it up here, and we could have. Oh yeah, that power went up, or the furnace went up. So not my flashlight. Drop that. Now is this wood ready to harvest? It is not. So we have to wait for this wood to be harvestable. So if I hit E, nothing's happening. So while I do that, I'm going to run back upstairs and I'm going to grab this other piece of iron because might as well make use of our time. And we're going to run it downstairs. So downstairs we go. I'm going to set this down here. And amazingly, this iron ingot is still in here and is still hot. It's magic. Now if we hit E again, oh, just in time. That's perfect. So now we can put the wood back in there and it will finish that iron ingot. Amazingly enough. All right, so we're going to replant these, put them all back in here once they're ready. So I'm just going to drop these down because, again, more wood seems to be better. So I'm just going to keep doing this, replanting all of our trees. And at some point, you can store wood, but we're just going to keep on replanting it for now. Because, again, I've not found a time where it's like we have too much wood and that's a bad thing. So this piece of wood, oh, now it just came out. I was hitting E and nothing was happening. Okay, so now we got this ingot. We're going to grab it. We're going to put it up here. And I need one more piece of wood. And we're going to hit E, put it in. All right, that's done. And now we can make a rotating blade. So that's going to be the next thing we're going to do. And this is where we're going to need two more iron ingots. Now I looked at this, and this is a rotating blade. So we need two more iron ingots in order to make this. So once again, I'm going to take a piece of iron, put it in here. Now, if we wanted to, we could go and get another foundry. So we could do that and have two foundries going side by side. So we could do two ingots. So that's not necessarily a bad idea. Let's take this thing, run it upstairs, run outside. Now, again, we can do one of two things. We can either stay here and wait for stones to pop out, or we could go in the mine and mine them. I'm just going to wait here because we've already got three of them in here. So we're just going to play the slot machine and see how many stones pop out of here. So I'm going to hit start here, and we're going to wait for more stones to pop out of here. Meanwhile, we can go in here and we can just pull them out, the ones that we got. So take. So we got four already. That's good. And we're going to pop them in here, and we'll see how many more we get. Hopefully, we'll get all stone. That would be nice. Now, of course, it's going to give us iron. So we'll wait here a bit. And we can go back and actually harvest some as well. So let's see. All right, let's go back and harvest some. So let's go to the mine, and let's see what we can get. because that will probably be a quicker way to go about this. And I do have a stone there as well. Or do I? Yeah, there is a stone down there. So let's see how many we can get here. So that's not stone. So I got one in here. And I should have brought the machine with me, or the chest with me. So we got two in here, and we got three in here. So let's run these back and put them in there. So we'll run this, and then we'll take the thing back with us. So let's put this in here. Let's grab this, run it in here with us. So this magical chest will hold whatever you tell it to hold. We're going to drop it down. We're going to grab that stone right there and that one. So now we got 7. So let's hope that we've got 3 out here at our magical drilling machine. With any luck, we do. And do we? Yes, we do. We got 5. Perfect. So let's stop this again. So we're going to hit E, go here, stop, and close that up. So we're going to go here, hit E to get into it. Stone, take. Perfect. And we're going to go here, put these in here one at a time. So now we got 10. Boom. We're going to grab this, run it back downstairs, and then we're going to build another foundry. And we got to put another log. Oh, that one's actually good. Does that have an iron ingot in it? I think it does. So we're going to just drop that, and we're going to grab that iron ingot, and we're going to set it on the table. You actually cannot set it on the table. If you try, it's going to it's not going to work. Oh, it did work. How about that? That actually surprised me. All right, iron ingot or iron ore, and that. So that's going to make one more iron ingot, and then we should be able to make a rotating blade. So we'll see. I'm now farther than I was before, but now I'm actually going to go ahead and make another foundry because it can't hurt to have a second foundry. So let's do that. So we're going to go into the build menu with B, and we're going to go down here to wood foundry, and we're going to set this one up right there next to it. And we're going to right click to get the stone, and E, and we're going to do this 10 times and put those in there. So can I make all this happen from one spot? Again, the epitome of laziness. That's what I shoot for whenever I have the chance. So, I'm too far. It ran away. So, all right, 5 more times. Let's pick it up and put it in. Grab it while it's falling. You can do that. Oh, I grabbed the machine. I got a little too hasty. But now I got it closer, so that's good. And there's that. All right, back over by the elevator with you because we don't need you right now. There you go. So now I've got a second foundry in case I need one. But this iron ingot is almost ready. So we're just going to wait and see what happens because this one is only going to take another minute or 2 to get finished. So yeah, you can see it slowly fills the mold in there. And once it fills the mold, then it'll be good to go. So just another maybe 15 seconds or so, and we should have an iron ingot. Hopefully it'll only be 15 seconds. Please don't prove me a liar. Please. Please. There it is. Perfect. So now we're going to take this. We're going to set it up here. We're going to try to. And now we're going to go here and hit E. And iron ingot times 2. Manufacture. Okay, so do we have to hit E and put those on there? I guess so. I would not have guessed that. That was a lucky guess. All right, use the B key to open the build menu. Build a small saw. Add the rotating blade, the logs, and the main block. Okay, so if we go in here, we need a small saw. Or is that, let's see. Is that, let's go back out of here. So let's close out of here. Is this something that if we go into our build menu, it's probably in here. Small saw, 4 logs of wood, 1 main block, 1 rotating blade. So what is a main block? I guess we have to make that probably in here. So let's see. And I don't think there's anything in here that says what a main block is. So if we go back here and we can just kind of click on these and it will tell us, electric saw main block, 8 iron ingots. I'm glad that I set up a second foundry. So we're going to also get a whole bunch more wood. So let's get a whole bunch more wood and drop this and get these replanted. Because again, it can never hurt to have as much wood as you can. So we're just going to keep replanting these to just keep getting more and more wood. So let's replant these and get more and more wood. I don't care if the wood's on the floor. It's a tripping hazard. At this point, I'm fine with that. I will accept the risk. It is my own risk because there's nobody here at our abandoned supermarket without a name. But you can name it. So there is that. No, don't throw that. Just plant it. There we go. All right, so now we're going to need 8 more iron ingots or 8 more pieces of iron ore in order to make the main block. And we got plenty of wood. All right, back we go. Let's run back outside with our magical chest. And how many pieces of iron do we have in here? 3. Let's turn this back on. So we're going to hit E, go here to start, and we'll see how many of these we can get. So we're going to grab these 3. 1, 2, 3. Take. And we'll put these in here. So E and put it in. And again. And again. So now we got 3 in here. And we can wait and see how many are going to show up. And there's another one. So we'll grab that one. Because it didn't seem like they were flying out of the mine very quickly. We were getting all kinds of stuff, but not much iron. So while that's going, let's take this, run it back downstairs because we can get a couple pieces of iron, can get a couple of iron ingots rolling right now while we wait. So let's drop this down, right click and E, it's rolling away from us. So you can't get away that easily. Right click and E and there. Going to take a couple of these logs, put them on here, get these rolling. And now we'll take this, run it back upstairs, and we will see if we can get, we need 4 more pieces of iron. So let's see how many we got. We got 2 so far. And it will hold up to 50 pieces of ore. So once it gets up to 50 pieces of ore, then it will stop. So we're going to go take. So let's see, what did we get there? So we had some cobalt, we had some coal, we had some gold, we had some copper. We might have even had some aluminum. Oh, and that's clay. That was what the other thing was. Got it. Now I know what it is. All right, there's another piece of iron. And so we've got 3, or we need a total of 6 in here. How many do we have in here? Where is the number? Oh, we got 3 in here. Okay, let's drop that down. All right. And we got another one here. So that's 4. We got another one. That's 5. We need 1 more. And it's in there. Perfect. Grab that. Take it. And that's our final one. And we're going to put that in there. We will once again stop this machine because I don't need it running anymore. And I don't want to fill it up with stuff that we may not necessarily need. Let's run this back downstairs. And we will get these going. Okay, those iron ingots are still rolling. So we're going to drop this like it's hot. And we'll take these pieces of iron out. Oh, don't pick it up. Just drop it. And then let's get the piece of iron and just run them out of here. All right, they're all on the ground. That's fine. So we need 8 iron ingots. There's 1. And we're going to pick it up, drop it, throw in another piece of iron ore, and we're going to try and use as much of that wood as we can. And we got another one, drop it, and then do that, put that in. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to go to the main block, and we're going to go to manufacture, and we're going to close this. And so where does it manufacture that? Or does it not do it because we don't have enough pieces of iron? I would think that wouldn't be the case. Let's hit manufacture again. And no. So maybe you need to have all the iron first, and maybe you need to have it on the table. Let's give that a whirl. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure. We're making this part up as we go along. This is where, again, it's not necessarily intuitive. So perhaps you need it. Perhaps you need all the ingots done first. And then after you have the ingots done, then maybe you can go ahead and build the main block. So maybe that is what is holding us back. at this point in time. But we're about ready to have 4 of our 8 ingots. Those should be here momentarily. Because, yeah, from this section, it should be maybe another 20 seconds on each of these. And again, hopefully the wood's not going to burn out by the time we get these ingots done. Ideally, you can get like 2 ingots done per piece of wood. Nope. And that went out. So, of course, not just as I said it, it went out. So, let's grab another one and another one and put those in. Get those started back up. And then, yes, again, hopefully, once we have 8 ingots, hopefully this is going to work. Let's drop that, put in another piece of iron, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Grab that, drop it, put in another piece of iron. So we're halfway home on iron. Let's set that up there. And grab another one. We'll set it up here. Oh, don't turn on my flashlight. We don't need the flashlight on. All right, set that there. So we got 4. So once again, if we hit manufacture, does anything happen? Probably not. So let's take a look. Is it because it's an electric saw main block? Is it? Let's take a look at the build menu again. So main block, yeah, small saw, electric saw, main block. That's what we need. So yeah, 1 main block, and it looks like that. Yes. So we're gonna just maybe that's what it is. Okay, you can go back in your corner. You'll set you right there. We've got some time, so we might as well go ahead and get these all done. So we're going to drop this here, replant this, and just keep on getting the wood. We'll set the wood kind of here and replant this. Because again, it does not ever seem to hurt by having as much wood as you can. And replant it. And then we're going to grab another piece and we'll try and get it set somewhat over here. Going to have wood everywhere. That's fine. Plant that, another piece, and set it over here. Because again, you can't jump over them. And replant it, and one more time. Set that over here. We'll actually set this by the elevator too. Why not? That's going to go there. And replant one more time. Another ingot. So let's drop that, and we'll put these in. And then that one, drop it. And the final piece of ore goes in. And we'll set these up here. There's a 5th one and a 6th one. We're going to probably have to put in a couple more pieces. Whoa! That one jumped at me. Let's put you over here. Okay. And I'm going to turn on my flashlight because I don't know my F key from my G key. They are different from each other somehow. So rotating blade, the logs in the main block. So in the meantime, I can go ahead and get the blueprint set up for the saw. So we can do this small saw. I'm going to set that up over here. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So there's that. I wonder if I have to rotate it. We'll find out another time. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not. We'll never know. At least not until we try to use it. So these logs are going to for sure burn out before this is done. But we'll wait and see how close we get. Hopefully it won't be that far off. And we'll go ahead and grab a couple pieces of wood and have them on the ready. So I'm just going to be standing here waiting for this to burn out. Because I know you're going to. It is inevitable. Resistance is futile. So, yep, there it went. And once more, grab one. We're going to put it here. And ha-ha! I'm up to your game. I see how you go. So, yes, we will have these pieces of iron momentarily. And once we have those, we will hopefully then be able to build this center, this main block. I'm hoping. So my only guess is that you have to have all the ingots before you can even think of doing this. So let's see. That's a 7th one and an 8th one. And let's just try, maybe let's set it here. Okay, so now let's go here. Main block, manufacture. And maybe you have to have that. Is that what it is? Maybe you've got to have that. So let's see. No. So how? Okay, so you've got to have the main block. So where do you get the main block from? This is interesting. So let's drop this. Let us pick this up. Maybe that's what's in the way. Can we add that? So, okay, so we've got that. All right, so maybe that was what's in the way. So let's try this again. Manufacture. That's what it was. If you have one thing on the table, you can't build another one. That's very good to know. So we're going to put all of these in. All right. The things you learn, it's a lot of trial and error. That's for sure. There's a seventh one. There's an eighth one. And we're going to put that in. And now we just need 4 pieces of wood. And then we're going to have a saw. So, because I think it was 4 logs is what they said. So there's a second one. And like I said, this is where it doesn't hurt to have all the wood that you can, because you're going to certainly use it, no doubt about it. So there's a third one. And finally, a fourth one. There you go. Add a log to your hand, use the E key on the small saw, repeat the operation until you have 2 boards. So let's try that. Might as well. So let's do this. E key on the small saw, and then we're going to do that until we have 2 boards. So what is that going to give us? Let us see. So we're going to pick that up and do it again. It looks like it. Okay. And so we're going to pick that up again and put it back on here. So I guess we're getting rid of the edges, is what it seems like. That is my guess. So if we do this one more time, now is this going to give us a board? I do not know. Let us see. So is this a board? Can we put this back on here? Oh, we can. I don't know if that's what we want. Do we have to literally do this 6 times? Does this qualify as a board? Or maybe now we'll have 2 boards. Again, I'm just, okay. So we're repeating the operation. Maybe now we have 2 boards. We do. There we go. There are 2 boards. And then after that, you can build a refinery to produce plastic. I've got a feeling we've probably gone far enough at this point. So that is a good starter for this game, I feel. We've kind of gotten a lot done here at the beginning of our supermarket that doesn't have a name. Oh, yeah. How do we go about changing the name? Yes, I remember this, because the thing I first did is I went in here and I messed around with our computer, and I'm going to turn on my flashlight. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to this A, and we're actually, I'm going to name it anyway. So we're going to name this the Rusty Champagne Mall. And yeah, that's what it's going to be called. Or actually, if it's a supermarket, I'm going to actually call this the Rusty Cart. We're going to do that, the Rusty Cart. I'll actually call it the Rusty Cart. Let's click on this and delete all this. The Rusty Cart. There we go. Upload that. And now we're going to go outside, and we're going to click on the Windows button. Yeah, you have to click on that to make it go. We have a periodic table in our office. That's good. And we're going to walk outside and take a look at the splendor that is our named mall. There it is, the Rusty Cart. So yes, when you first try this, make sure that you change all your key bindings and make sure that you actually go into the mine to get your stuff with your pickaxe. Because without doing those things, you're going to find yourself fumbling, and it will not be that much fun for you. So I hope that this has proved to be very helpful for you. And if this is something that you find interesting, like I said, it is available on Steam. It is in early access, and hopefully they will make a few more things more intuitive as they go further along. But that is going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I'd appreciate it even more if you considered giving the channel a subscribe. But that is all for now. Until we meet again, thank you as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.